Hello, hello, hello. I am back on the Soul Bus with a Black History Month spectacular interview. We have Miss Janet Shepherd, and she's going to take us back to her youth. At what age?
15.
At
Yes.
15, and she's going to tell us about her existence during the civil rights movement and her own demonstration. But before we do that, Miss Janet Shepherd, welcome.
Well,
and
thank
tell us a
you.
little bit about you, where you're from, what you want us to know. Then go into that story you shared with me about the bus.
All right. First of all, I'm from Richmond, Indiana,
Okay.
and I was brought to Nashville, Tennessee. Well, I went to Dixon, Tennessee. That's my mom's home.
Okay.
And I was brought back to Nashville, Tennessee, because Indiana was my father's home. So I was born in Indiana.
Okay.
And I guess you all know that's Waynes County. So my mother's from Davidson County.
Okay.
So when I was 15 years old, my mother, I'm gonna start like this. Let me put it like this. I was 8 years old when I came to Nashville.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I was 15 years old when I rode on the front of the Jefferson Street bus.
Hold on. She said she rode on the front of the Jefferson Street bus. Now, about what year is this?
This was 1968.
Were you supposed to be on the front of the bus?
No, I was not. I was supposed to went to the back.
Here we go. You know she's soul certified. Miss Janet. Okay, keep going. Tell us about this.
I had asked my mother that day, could I go to town? And she said, yes, you can. She said, how is you going to get there? I say, I'm going to ride the bus. Well, I usually walk sometimes. But I said, I'm going to ride the bus that day. So I got on the bus. She said, okay, be careful. Be safe.
Okay.
And, then, she always loved us when we go out and stuff. So I waited on that Jefferson Street bus. When I got on the bus, I sat down. I looked first because all of the black people, it was at the back of the bus. And I'm like, okay, all these empty seats up front, what's wrong with the front of the bus? Why are they in the back of the bus? So I'm like, okay, here we go. So when I got on the bus, I was two elder Caucasian ladies were sitting there.
Okay. This near the front.
It was in the front. There's two Caucasian ladies sitting there. Okay, back then, when you get on the bus, Jefferson Street bus, it was marked off where all the black people sit in all the front. White people sit up front, all the blacks sit in the back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I sit in the front. So I scooped these two ladies over, the elder ladies, which they was Caucasian. I scooped them over.
Hold on. You said you scoot them over. Tell me about that.
I scoot them over with my hips. But back then I was a brick house. So
you put that hip on them.
I was a brick house. So anyway, one of them got to shaking. But they was up in age. I guess they looked like they was about in the early 80s. And one of them got to shaking. And I looked at her and I was saying, my goodness, what's wrong with her? I said, well, baby, whatever it is, I said, I don't mean no harm, but you shake on. So she still was shaking. The other didn't shake. So it was this black man getting on the bus. And then the Caucasian asked him, say, it's gonna be a pretty day today. He said, yes, sir. When he said, yes, sir, that told me up. I didn't know what to do. I said, yes, sir. Well, we've been used to saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, yes, sir, and no, sir, in Indiana. So when I got here in Tennessee, I didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
So when I went downtown, and now the bus driver, I set him back up between these ladies behind him. He looked at me through the rearview mirror. When he looked, I looked. When he looked, I looked. He turned his head. I said, well, you turn your head? Because I still ain't getting up. I'm like, why ain't getting up for? All these empty seats up here. What's this for? So I went on downtown. So I always like going shopping downtown. So I went in McClellan's. And I was in there. I always like to go in there and just look around, buy records. I was young, stuff like that, food stuff.
Right.
So when I got in there, it was a black man. He was ordering him. He wanted hamburgers, fries, and a drink. She didn't serve it to him. So she said she couldn't. And I'm like, what is this? So I walked up. I say, I'm gonna see if she's gonna give it to me. So I said, she said, may I help you? I said, yes, I would like a hamburger, same thing he said, fries and a drink. She went back there and she said, okay. She went back there and fixed my hamburger, my drink, and my in my French fry. And she was standing there. It was a wide open place where they fixed it back in the days. And I was standing there watching, and she fixed me a great big burger.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I wish I could catch this black man before we go out the door, so he can stand beside me, so he can get him one too. That's what I was saying.
You're trying to give back. You're looking for yourself and helping others.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I said, okay. So I just went out there. I really, in a way, I was hungry. I wasn't hungry. I was really testing it. I was testing the heart. I do that sometimes. I test the heart of people.
That's right.
And you know, Jesus tests you too. Also, he tests your heart.
Amen.
So by me being young, I always have been wise.
Okay.
And things I think about other people wouldn't even thought about. I always had an old soul, old man, you know, thing. I take things really in deep consideration.
Yes,
take
ma'am.
things very seriously. Very open-minded, and I'm just down to earth, you know, straightforward, whatever you want to call it, reliable.
Real. We call it, young folks call it real.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Keep it 100.
Yeah, keep it 100. Okay, so I went home. So when I went home, I asked my mother, I say, why are these black people going to the back of the bus? And my mother said, wait a minute, y'all, just sit down. Let me explain to you. You all, because you all don't know. You don't understand.
So you were a visitor to Nashville?
No, my mother had moved to Nashville.
So how long had you been here?
I've been here since that time when it happened.
Okay, but I guess not long enough to know some of the Southern rules.
I didn't, but it didn't fade to me, but I was 8. From 8 to 15, you know, I was doing back there when Martin Luther King was still living. You know, he had not even been assassinated yet, you know.
Okay.
I was still there. So so what it was, I asked my mother, and my mother said, baby, sit down, let me explain this to you. Because I'm from the South, you all from the North. You don't understand. I said, yeah, Mama, I don't understand. Explain this, what's going on here, because whatever it is, I know it's not right, and I don't like it. So I'm saying like, okay. She said, let me tell you something. She said, down here is where all the people did slavery. They did all the cleaning houses. They did all this picking cotton, all of this. I said, all of that? She said, this is what you call the South. This is where the plantation started.
Okay.
I said, oh my goodness. And she said, yes. See, in Indiana, we didn't have that. We still don't have that. But up there in Indiana, everybody got along. It was mixed town, but everybody seen after everybody.
Okay.
I couldn't get this through my head. I see now what it was. Everybody stuck together up there. But down here it's like it pulled apart. And I see why they pulled apart, because they were stuck in poverty, you know.
Okay.
So I didn't like that. You know, I wanted to come up out of this poverty because there's no more than right.
Okay.
So I always say, I love civil rights. I'm for civil rights. So I just love the movement of civil rights. Because, you know, right is right. Wrong
Jim
is
Crow
wrong.
felt wrong.
Huh?
Jim Crow felt wrong, and Jim Crow was wrong. So you felt that from the inside, it wasn't right.
It wasn't right. And I knew if I was a child, but I went to school, and all my mother said, Janet, what have you done? I said, I didn't do nothing. She said, I'm going to ask you again, what you done? I said, I didn't do nothing, Mom. She said, I'm going to ask you one more time. What did you do? I said, I didn't do nothing. Sit on the front of the bus. She said, you did what? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, oh, my goodness, girl, what am I going to do with you? So, anyway, I went to school the next day. I was going to Washington Junior High School. I told my classmate, they said, girl, don't you know you was walking in the footsteps of Rosie Parks? I said, who is Rosie Parks? They said, go to the library and pull her up. You'll see who she is. So I went to the library. I pulled Rosie Parks up. I said, oh, wow. I said, she was born in February the 14th. I was born the 6th of February. Oh, wow. Is this why I was? I couldn't believe it myself. So I was walking in the footsteps of her and didn't even know it.
Wow.
So I said, well, I guess I got to go and get Martin Luther King. If I go down and get me out, this is what I say. I got to go get him, find him. Just say, girl, you ain't got no sense. So anyway, make a long story short, I did that. And you know, right today, I still would do it again. If I had to do it, I'd do it again. That's why I always say people, the black people, don't never forget where you come from. Don't forget we came from a mighty long ways. Don't never forget that. Don't forget your landmark. Don't forget that, because nowadays we're not even doing half of stuff what Martin Luther King wants us to do. He wants us to walk in hands in hand, want to love each other. He just wanted, he wants to overcome all this messy stuff, but it's still messy because they seem like some of them don't understand. And one was back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Come on.
Okay.
They act like they don't understand, but they do. The ones that was born in my month, born in the later month, they don't. You have to sit down and tell them, teach them, because they don't understand.
Everybody needs to be taught.
They do. And I just think like this, why not? Why not bring Martin Luther King up? Let him know that he is somebody. He's not here with us, but he's here in spirit, like Rosa Parks, here in spirit. I even went across Martin Luther King Bridge, drove across it. So that bridge finna fall in, right behind Bottle of Food. I went across it, I drove across it.
That was back in the day.
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, it's pretty good now, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good now, but back then, I drove across that bad boy and looked like it finna fall in. I said, Lord, hold me up. He did. He let me go across it. He let me come back across it. But when I went back to, I couldn't find it. Where did it go? Where did the bridge go? Where is it? Where is that bridge?
Well, I think they replaced the bridge going into Bado, so I can keep it real. The old Bado Bridge has been replaced, and now it's called the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge, but it's a lot more sturdy and a lot wider than the bridge back in the day that used to leave North Nashville into Bado.
And
Bordeaux. I know how to say it, but I'm going to call it Bado.
I'm saying, this is what I'm saying.
They replaced that bridge, yes. So it's a lot better now.
You can tell they walked that bridge, because they walked it. They walked it, but God wanted me to drive across. He wanted me to see that bridge, but they tore it down. And he let me see it. And he also let me drive across it. And he helped me up on that bridge. A little old narrow bridge. All these civil rights movers walked that bridge.
Oh, you don't mean here in Nashville?
Yes, I do mean here in Nashville. Okay. It was behind Bottle of Food Land, Bottle of Food on Clarksville Highway behind Shoe Shop.
Oh, not the Bordeaux Bridge then. You mean a bridge probably back going down County Hospital Road. Right. That area. Okay.
That's where I want.
Just a few blocks over from what I'm talking about. I get you.
Yes. Is the bridge still there? Because I can't find it.
No, that bridge would take you back to over behind near TSU. Would it come across from Bordeaux to TSU and Bordeaux over there by the El Dorado Motel, that area? Now, people, that's not. I don't know much about that bridge, but it looked like that might have just been something right over Trent. Well, I guess people use it, but I don't know a lot about that bridge. That was a little before my time. But I have seen old photographs of a second bridge going across the Cumberland back there.
That's right.
I'll look into it though.
Green. I never forget the color of it. It was so narrow, so like nobody couldn't walk. You couldn't even, all them people. It was a bunch of people walked that bridge. But how did they fit that bridge? Only God knew.
Okay.
Because it's like they just couldn't. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So I got to see it. I got to drive across, and I got to drive back. And I just thank the Lord for being who I am. And I've never seen no one else really can take his place. I never seen no one could take his place.
Amen.
I don't know. We just need to realize. And now think about Martin Luther King. Don't think about him just on his day. Think about him all through the years, what he have done for us. Because he brought us from a mighty long way. And they don't even recognize some of them. And that's awful sad to say. But that's all I want to share with you.
Well, I want to thank you for sharing that with me. And she mentions Martin Luther King, but here in town, we had a lot of other heroes and sheroes. In addition to you, Miss Janet, we had Diane Nash, we had John Lewis, several more that were here. As a matter of fact, Martin Luther King came to town and said, I didn't come here to give inspiration. I came here to get inspiration. So Martin Luther King would come to this city and get fueled up on inspiration to do what he did, probably because of they use this word herd immunity. So you were part of that herd immunity that built up. That resistance in you was probably in many other young people here in town. We know it was in college students, but that's an amazing story. And you had no fear when you was putting that hip on her.
I have no fear, and I sit down, and I just didn't know why they was back there. When they got bus stop for them to get off, they got on at the back of the bus. I got on at the front. I got off at the front of the bus. Same way I went on. So I didn't understand that.
And the driver let that go?
And I let it go.
Wow. Well, I got a gift I want to give you. A lot of times I give her a soul certified sweater, but she loves these pillows. And so what caught your attention about this pillow?
It has a lot of good words on there. I always have love to read.
Okay.
Always have. So I see many powerful words and gifts in this pillow. I seen same thing I just talked about.
Yeah.
I was born gifted spiritual
Yes.
from birth.
You were?
Yes, I was. I have many gifts. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got the waters back there. I had to get up and get
popcorn
it.
seed went down my throat wrong way.
We came from a Black History program at Z. Alexander Luby. And so they had popcorn out in the lobby. They had amazing food for the Black History program. Judge Monty Watkins spoke. But I ate a lot of popcorn myself.
Just a seed. And you know how the seed goes. Sometimes it gets down hung in your throat. It seems like it wants to go down now, but I see where it say justice, civil rights, gifted, justice, gifted, strong, black.
You all of that.
And some more. And I'm proud. African American proud. I mean, it's a lot of things in here. Black power matters.
Yes.
Black power matters. So I just want to let you all know we need to stay together.
Now I got a song you might recognize. Let me put this song on. Jesus is my rock.
Yes, I do. It's my rock. Please, I remember this song. And he is my rock in the weary land. The rock in my shield.
Now tell me about that. What that song has a special meaning to you, because I think you used to sing with a group. You might still sing with a group.
Yes, I sing with the Holy Angels.
The Holy Angels.
Yes, and we're quartet groups. And I've been on with many groups, still go on sometime with many groups when they have them. We do. We haven't sung in a while.
Okay.
We're finna go back out singing. And we're going to sing. We're going to be at Pastor Janet Rillis Church. And that's over on Arthur Street. You can't miss it because that's the church where Little Union used to be.
Okay.
It's right across the street from Elizabeth Center.
Okay.
So we're going to be there. And the name of it is the Church, the Bride of Christ. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock. It's our anniversary, singing anniversary, and we would love for you all
What
to
date?
be there. March 22nd at 6 o'clock p.m.
So put that on your calendar, folks.
And we're going to feed.
Hold on, hold. She said something important. You going what?
And we're going to feed. We're
That
gonna
part,
feed
food.
We're going to feed. And sometimes we do gifts. I don't know if we're going to do them this year or not. We might. I don't know.
Food is enough. Singing's enough right there.
So, yes, I would love for you all to be there. And I appreciate you so much.
Well, when I want the whole quartet right here on the bus, live on the Soul Bus, in front of the Soul Certified. Maybe y'all give us a few tunes.
All right. Okay.
You put a request in for me for that.
I will.
Again, folks, you've been Soul Certified. We live on the Soul Bus. This is Miss Janet Shepherd, civil rights shero herself. And so you don't have to do something big. You just have to do your part. If you just put a little extra on ordinary, it's called extraordinary. And so even in your life, there's a time for you to stand up for something. And so embrace the Janet Shepherd in your life, and you'll be a hero and a shero. Let's say bye to everybody, Miss Shepherd.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Be blessed. Love you in the Lord.